Like that's why we got to get the funds up.
Well, we've all done it at times. I mean, there was a time when I was like, when I like when all of those when we had that big stock market crash, like back in 2008, and Ford stock was at like 25 cents a share. I literally was like, fuck, do I take this money and like do I take this money and pay a bill, or do I take this money and invest it? Like it was a really hard, decision. I think anybody who's
I'm just trying to build the structure right now, and that's what I've focused on for years, was getting this structure, and now I've got it where I want it to be. And I mean, if you like, you can watch the digits growing already. So the more money I accumulate here and the more revenue we make, the higher I get. So like, I want to get to where I have $1,000 in each property, and the rate of return is at least like $100 for all of them, and then I'm in business. And I mean, right here, I've invested in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 properties at $10, $30, $30, $40, $10, $10, $50. So yeah, like it's not a lot of money. I'm not going to get like any huge, massive return, but it's just like that's how I want to start, is pumping money into real estate. And the terms are all like 9 months to 12 months. So, if you get in the right time, if I could get, like if somehow a miracle happens and I produce $1,000 on here, if I can get that into a property in the allotted time I have to be an investor before it gets paid off, is what I'm guessing, then, I'd be able to get the return I want, which is like $100 off of that property. But anyway you figure it, I'm putting money into equity, and that's what I want to do.
No, and I believe that's very smart. That's wise.
Because I mean, the people that are funding these projects, they're not funding it out of their own pocket either. They're doing what we're doing. I mean, this is all off other people's money and bank loans. So they get advanced money to buy these properties or flip them or do these renovation projects or construction, different projects. You feel me? And so they're getting these advances because they have the credit. I mean, it's nothing that we couldn't do later. I mean, I'm sure you would be able to get an advance or a loan to flip a home too. And I know how we could do it. I already have one way of doing it that would be different than the regular orthodox way that might really pay off. So because people will fund it. So if I'm already involved, that's good too, because I know a way to get funds for that to finish the project. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I could have them sponsor you easily if you qualify. All you got to do is qualify. Is your credit good?
Yes, it is.
And I'm not saying you have to do this with me either. I'm just saying if you wanted, I mean, it would be fucking phenomenal, because I mean, you're talking about you'd be funded by fucking strangers, and then we'd be able to just work on renovation projects and whatever we want, as long as we get it done and do it right. And we make, I mean, can you explain that to me? I mean, with what I'm telling you, I mean, do you think that they just make profit on the property when they do that, or do they just own the home sometimes, or what do you think happens at the end of it? Like, how do they make their profit or money? Like, why do they do this? Like, I've never understood. Like, why do you get a bank loan or an advance from a company and then go and fix up a property? It's to increase the value, I'm guessing, right? Because like here, it shows you how like the properties start, like it says it has a starting amount that's around 200,000. Then I'm guessing maybe that's what they put down. Then you have the funding, which is almost 800,000. So that's the major portion of the capital is coming from what I'm doing. So then you have, the fixing cost. And then where do they make their profit at? Do you know?
They make their profit
on all the money that we funded them.
No, they make their profit on the resale. So everything comes out of the resale of the property.